My friend, have you considered recalibrating your cybernetico? Welcome to another fresh edition of Sunday Night Alive Power Hour with your host, Soldier of Self-Mastery, right here. I'm going to be here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so follow me. And remember that this is an episode that's going to redirect your course. That's what this is all about. This is a fresh episode, and this is number 109. So I'm excited to be here, and we are going to be actually taking a little bit, and we're going to be interacting. We're going to be talking about cybernetico because that's what we've been dealing with on these episodes. Before that, I want to make sure that I'm here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So follow me and let's build together from here. With me, let's start. Today's proverb, we're going to get into this right here. And that is James chapter 4, verse 10. It says, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord and he shall lift you up. We need to be lifted up. We need to be humbled to learn, but we also need to be lifted up, my friends. So that's what this is about. That's today's proverb. I'm going to get into some house cleaning here in a few minutes. I want you to remember this, youth, adults, and veterans, and anybody in between. That's the goal on this program. That's the goal to the SOSM movement, is to reach those individuals before they go too deep, before they even get caught in the trap of things in life that are going to hinder your direction. That's what this mission's all about. So once again, I thank you for being here with me, and we're going to get started here. So support me as I reach out to these people. You can do that by making sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you turn on your notifications, and you can support me. Just go to soldiersofselfmastery.com and you can see what we're doing there. And if you feel it in your heart, if you're feeling philanthropic, if you are a philanthropist, or if you're into philanthropy, support the mission, my friend. So I want to welcome those of you that are here. Actually, let me get into the comments here, because we got into the proverb, we got into the house cleaning. That's it. We're in the episode. We are in today's episode. Now, what the heck is cybernetico? We've been talking about these changes and transformation. We've been talking about Dr. Maxwell Maltz, but what in the world is cybernetico? And again, to the question is, have you considered recalibrating it? Let's get into this, my friends. All right. Let me see who's here. By the way, this is episode RIP 24, Kobe Bryant, man, my condolences to him and his family. We just got the news a little bit ago. In fact, I just found out that Kobe Bryant was perished, I guess, in a helicopter accident with his daughter. And it just goes to show you what, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. Really, that's the truth. We only have right here and right now. In fact, I'm excited because we only have right here and right now, right? To explore, to change. It's now time for you and for me. That's why we're here, my friends. So Pate Pix, welcome to the program. I love you, Santos. I appreciate the comment. Jorge Nahil, welcome to the program. Jim, welcome to the program. John, good to see you again, too. Mark, welcome. Laura, welcome. Now, before I go forward, we're going to be talking about cybernetico. Do you know what that's about? Can I say that I know what cybernetico is all about? Well, we're going to get into this, but before I do, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask you first, do you have a victory? Do you have something in your life that you want to share? Something really cool that's happened to you like within the last couple of days that you want to share here? I want to pick on you for a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple seconds here to see what who knows, maybe Laura, maybe Mark, John, Jim, George, Nahil, and I want to thank you guys for your support also. We could always use, financial support for this labor of love. Remember, we're working on reaching youth, adults, and veterans. That's the goal. Reaching them before they go too far, reaching them before they get to that place where they make a decision and it alters their life. Again, this ties in with Cybernetical too. So I'll get into that in a minute here. So any victories, anything? I know Pate Pix just put something in there about Kobe Bryant, and my condolences go out to his family. Man, it's tragic how things happen. Prayer in the morning helps. Jim says prayer in the morning helps. I agree. Prayer. Let me see what else. Affirmations, affirming oneself, right? All of these things. I call this little period in the morning before I get up, or actually sometimes I'll even do part of it in bed, 15-minute mornings, breakfast of champions. It's a way that I use. It's like a game. It's like a creativity that I've created to kind of get myself going, to get my cybernetical moving in the right direction. You have your own ritual. You have something that you do in the morning. Thanks for sharing that, Jim. You want to share it? Again, if something that's happened to you like recently, something really good, maybe you've had a transformation, you've had a change, or not so much a loss. We don't really want to focus on losses too much here, but we want to focus on something that happened that you want to share, if you want to put it on. I'm going to give you guys a little bit here. And then, let me see, John S., where are you from, John? It says, good to see you again, Santos. Good to see you. I'm just trying to figure you out here. I know so many Johns. Let me know where you're from, man. And something special that you want me to remember here, that you want us to remember. All right, John. Nahil says hi. So let me see. Positive energy. Let me ask you guys, is there, what does cybernetical have to do with when Jim was on last week's episode and we were discussing Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and we were talking about the subconscious and all of these wonderful things that we take for granted. You and I take for granted every single day. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't say that, right? But in a sense, we do. We take the heart that pumps blood and does all kinds of wonderful things for us, or the body, the human body. And we're talking about the brain. I don't want to go too far, but we take these things for granted, my friends. Do you take your mind, your subconscious for granted? A missile, when you think about a missile, right? I was in the military, so I can think about these things. When you think about a missile has a guiding system. That's kind of like where Dr. Maxwell Maltz, he spoke about this a little bit. In fact, the word cybernetical comes from, I believe it's either Latin or the Greek word. I don't know the exact word, but it comes from a Latin meaning direction or system, to guide. And it's really interesting that when you think about a missile, right, you can't really compare a missile to your subconscious, but you can compare the guiding system within that missile to the human mind, subconscious. There's a lot of similarities. Now, I know that I'm not going to be able to get into all of this in this episode, but I just want to share a few things that will hopefully give you some good hope and just a little bit of insight. This is it's a curiosity that I have, because again, computers are patterned after the human mind. I really believe that. The way that computers operate and the way that a GPS system operates, especially when we're talking about a system that guides. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into this here. There's a couple of questions that I have that I want to ask you about. But if you have an observation on what you think, is there a curiosity between a missile guiding? First of all, what is the purpose of a missile, right? What is the purpose? What is the goal of a missile? Because Our lives are much like a missile. If you think about it, a missile is launched, it has a destination, it has a goal, it's going to reach a certain place, right? Unless it's shot down from the sky, unless it's shot down before it reaches its destination. Your life has a destination. Just like that missile is launched, your life is launched, and it's heading in a certain direction, just like that missile. Now, I'm not going to give you the best part of this. I'm going to wait to the end to share something very, very important with you, that there is a big difference between your life and that missile, even though there's a lot of similarities, though. It's just something to think about. I don't know. Maybe it might even help you to understand this comparison, or it might just be completely silly to you. Anyways, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to see what you guys are thinking about. Let me see. Jim says, by the way, is your life comparable? Can you see some similarities about the missile being launched? Kind of like your life? Can you see? I don't know. Maybe this is a shocker to some of you. Like, Santos, what are you talking about comparing? Well, it's just a curiosity of mine that came about since we've been talking about transformation and redirecting of our course, right? We want to go, man, I don't know about you, but man, I want to go in the right direction every single day. But every once in a while, man, I start moving in the wrong direction a little bit, right? And you got to get back in line, man. So anyways, Jim says we must be intentional with our thoughts, be mindful of where we want our thoughts and actions to go. True, Jim. Again, that, the component of Cybernetical is organic, right? Inside your mind is organic. It's a guiding system. I believe it has to do with your spirit. It has to do with your subconscious. That's the bigger part of the mind, right? You've got your conscious mind, you've got your conscious thinking, and then you've got your subconscious thinking. So that part, like Jim says, we have to be intentional with our thoughts, right? And where we want to go. You will go, your body will move in the direction of your thoughts. So your cybernetical is operating 24/7. Even though you may take it for granted, it's operating. But here's where we want to focus on, right? Is redirecting and making sure that the organic, there's a machine, cybernetical. Those are the systems that are being used on these missiles, right? They're called machines. It's computer, basically what it is, GPS system. That's a machine. You and I have one, but ours is organic. There's a difference between those two similarities, and we're going to get into that a little bit more here. It kind of, again, it gives us hope. It gives us good hope, right? There's hope, and then there's good hope, right? Hope that helps us to go forward. Thanks for sharing, Jim. I appreciate you sharing that. Let me see. Hey, Sean, welcome to the program. The main guide that launched me into freedom from this habit is total positivity by the renewing of the mind. Sean, that's very good. Romans chapter 12 says that be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Thank you for sharing that. When a missile is launched, the goal of that missile is to cause destruction. The goal of that missile is to cause annihilation. The goal, right? I imagine if somebody launches a missile, it's not for playtime. It's to cause elimination. It's gonna, where that missile lands, if it lands effectively, it is going to cause some very, very serious annihilation. Now think about this for a moment. Jim brought up the fact that our thoughts need to be really focused. If that missile is not interrupted, it will reach its destination. Your life is on a course. Your life is on a trajectory, right? And your psycho, your subconscious is reading information through the eyes, through the ears, through your taste, right? Feeling, your experiences, and then it's adjusting your body, it's adjusting your life, it's adjusting kind of like your circumstances, right? This psycho cybernetico. The missile is a little bit different because it is also reading information as it is taking its course, as it's flying, as it's going and doing its maneuvering. It's also receiving information through the sensors, but it's different than yours. It's different because it's a program. It's a program. I don't want to give myself away here, but ultimately the goal is to reach its destination. Ultimately, your life goal is to reach a certain destination. And we have a destination. We can say that we have a destination that's already preordained for us. And that is at the end of our time, at the end of our day, we will leave this world, right? Our spirit, our soul will leave the body will go. Whatever happens, I'm not too sure how all that operates, but we are destined for a goal. In the meantime, we have to make the decisions. In the meantime, there's a lot of adjustments that you and I need to make, because if we don't make those adjustments, we're going to be like that missile. We're going to reach a target, and that target is going to be complete annihilation, complete destruction. So we can see the similarities. Now, again, I'm going to bring something up because there is a difference between the missile and your life. And this is the best part that I'm going to come up with here in a little bit. I want to share that with you guys. So thank you. Let me see what Laura, let me see. Sean says, let's see, Laura, you are going to refocus, rethink, and set your standard for yourself right now. Exactly, because right now this is the program, right? This is the right now program. This is the program where you can make decisions. That's why we're here every Sunday. I was thinking about this earlier. Why am I here? Why are you here? I'm here because I want to grow. I'm here because this program challenges me to think. It challenges me to plan. It challenges me to analyze. And how often do we get to do these things, right? How often do we really sit with ourselves and analyze and plan and set a course of direction for ourselves? That's what this program does for me. So I get excited. You know, it pushes me. It challenges me. And I want to do more of this, but you know, time is of course time permitting. So do you see what I'm getting at here? I don't know, maybe I'm going off the charts here. I see a lot of activity going on. I got a question for you guys. Laura says that she had a little bit of a slip, and sorry about the slip. Well, hopefully, you know what, Laura, hopefully it was a slip on a banana peel. So now you just watch out for those banana peels so that you won't slip again. Make sense? I don't know. Hopefully that'll help. Right. Let me see. George, let me see. George, positive energy. George Zapata. So, Pate picks. Okay. Let's see what else did I want to do here, Panners. All right. Are we getting anything out of the curiosity that we have thinking about a missile system here? That's a couple of things, a couple of notes that I want to share. In fact, I've already talked about these things already. But it's interesting. It is interesting that your mind has all of these sensories, right? And information's coming in. What kind of information are you allowing to come in through your sensory that's guiding your life? All right? That's guiding your life. The good thing about the organic psycho-cybernetical of your mind versus the machine cybernetical in a guidance system in a missile is that once a missile is released, unless that missile is changed from the launching pad, which is today, most of these missiles have their own systems, it's virtually impossible to stop the destruction of what that's going to cause. A missile is set on course to cause destruction. There's really no change. There's really no change. Well, Santos, that's not positive. How can I compare that to my life? Well, the difference is that your recalibration can be changed. You see, you may be on a course of destruction. You might be, or you might be doing a little bit better. You might be going back and forth. But guess what? Your psycho can be recalibrated. It can be recalibrated right now. You can make a decision to begin altering the change, begin altering the course of your life. You can do that right now. You can make a decision. How you do that? It's simple, man. You analyze, you sit down, you plan, right? You analyze, you plan, and then you test drive that plan. If that plan's not working for you, what do? Be like the military, be like the soldiers, be like the Marines. You adapt, or you improvise, you adapt, you rinse, and you repeat until you find that course, that proper course for your life, so that you can begin going in the right direction. I was thinking about Kobe Bryant earlier today, and I thought, wow, it's really sad. I think he was like 41 or very young age, and he lost his life in a helicopter crash this morning, apparently, him and his daughter. Now, of course, Kobe Bryant, he had plenty of money, so I'm sure everything, to my knowledge, I'm sure that he probably had everything taken care of for him, right? You would imagine. But his life was cut so suddenly. And I'm sure that he accomplished probably just about everything that he wanted in life. But my point in this is that his life was cut very short. It was cut abruptly. He died in a helicopter accident. Imagine that. How weird, how strange. It really causes us to think about our life, right? Imagine in a moment's time what can happen. Are you prepared? Are you prepared for that day? I tell you, man, this is some solid thoughts right here, some very solemn thoughts to think about when it comes to our life and the direction that we're moving in. Are we headed towards destruction, or are we headed towards a good landing? Are we headed towards a good place? Just some thoughts here that I'd share. I'm done. Let me see. Hey, fitness. Let me see. Messed up last night, gambled away rent money, and took out a loan. Messed up last night, gambled away. See, here's a classic example, and I don't mean to use you, fitness, but here's a classic example. We're going to make mistakes in life. You and I are going to make mistakes in life. The thing that we don't want to do is we don't want to keep making the same mistakes over. There's a problem. We need to really, really look at our lives and figure out, again, it's all about the cybernetical. It's all about what's going up here. We may need to alter. We may need to recalibrate. We may need to reprogram. And depending on, I'm sure that this probably is not a one-time incident, fitness, not to put you on the spot. And again, I'm not here to judge you because I've done the same thing. In fact, we got kicked out of our house because I was late on rent payments and because I was short on payments. So I know how this is. I know what it feels like. I know the embarrassment to go knocking. In fact, I know the embarrassment of not wanting to call the landlord because you're short on the rent again. I know how that feels. And I'm glad that's behind me. I'm glad that that's totally behind me. And it could be, also be behind you too, fitness. So thank you for sharing. I'm glad that you're here. Looks like your first time. I'm gonna invite you guys to subscribe. I'm gonna invite you guys to turn on your notifications. Listen, if you're struggling with gambling, or you're struggling with some other addiction that is eating away at your at the proper course of your mindset, of your subconscious, again, your life is like a missile. There's some similarities here, right? There is. You and I, does it make sense? You and I must find, though, or better yet, as you're going through life, your mind is reading information that's coming in. However you're letting it in. It could be through your eyes, like I said. It could be through taste, through touch, through listening, through experience. You're letting in information, and that information is affecting your cybernetics. What information needs to be eliminated? What information needs to be inserted so that your life begins moving in the right direction faster, more permanently? Only you know, my friend. Only you know. I can sit here and make suggestions, but only you know. Only you know. You're welcome, my friend. Glad that you're here. Malad Bazi here. Welcome to episode 109 of Sunday Night Alive Power Hour. See, I must get up after a slip and try to continue to move forward from there. But the difficult part is getting over how mentally demoralizing it is, relapse, because it reopens all the wounds at the core of problems. Exactly. It's Malad. It's like pouring salt in a wound that's trying to heal. It's like taking lemon juice and pouring it on an open wound that scabbed. You ever taken acid like from a lemon or a lime and poured it over a cut that's trying to heal? I mean, what we're talking about in life is much more worse than taking lemon or salt and put it in a wound. But you know that it freaking burns like hell when you do that for a little bit, right? It burns. That goes away very quickly. But the circumstances and the collateral damage that's being caused by these bad inactions, by these poor decisions that we make, can be very, very lifelong. They can be lifelong, and they can be life-threatening too. I remember getting a call from a young lady a couple of months ago. I don't know where she is. I don't know if she's even still alive. She called me. We talked for a little bit. Very young lady, had a very severe gambling problem. She called me up and wanted to talk to me for a little bit because, I mean, she was in bad shape. And this was probably the camel that broke. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. She got a check from an insurance company that her brother was supposed to receive. She received the check in her name, helping her brother out sometime before this gambling incident happened. But again, here's a person that was gambling for a very long time, destructive, young lady, a very young lady, shunned by her family. Her crazy brother, she called me up and said, I don't know what to do. I've taken my brother's check that he got from an accident. It was an insurance check. How am I going to get through this one? I mean, I'm already the black sheep. I've been kicked out. The family they don't believe in me. They don't trust in me anymore. And now here's a check, another check that came in for several $1,000s, gone, gambled away. You know, I gave her some advice, which I didn't think she was going to take, because honestly, when I share advice with people, most people don't take it. You're going to listen to yourself. I share my observations with you. I share my journey, my experiences with you, but I guarantee you that you're going to follow your own heart, because the truth is that you can honestly, and I'm not being mean and I'm not being judgmental. You really could care for my advice, really, honestly. I know that we're here, we're motivated, we're inspired, and hopefully I'm helping you in some way. But the key thing is that you're going to listen to yourself versus listening to me. And that is the truth. You're going to walk away from this program and you're going to do exactly what you want to do. And that is the goal, right? As long as I can give you some hope, give you some ideas, give you a little bit of positive energy, you go out and do what you need to do. Do it your way. You know, is it Burger King that says, our way, have it your way? Burger King says you have it your way. Anyways, hopefully you understand what I'm getting at here, Milad. Not knowing your situation, not knowing too much about you, I can't tell, but this is what happens, my friend. Hey, Rabbit Run. Rabbit Run. Rabbit Run. Oh, by the way, I asked you guys if you wanted to share something positive with me. And thank you for being here with us, Rabbit Run. I want to share something with you guys, a little victory that I've gotten recently. I've been able to get back into my workouts with weights because I've had some injuries that I've had to overcome. And the last couple of weeks have been excellent, man. I love exercise. It ties in with your cycle cybernetico. Remember that. If you remember anything from this episode, exercise, even light weights, repetitive exercises, cardio, running a little bit, just running, sprinting. It ties into helping your cycle cybernetico, my friend. Remember that, okay? I promise you that. That's the truth. Try it. Try it and call me or send me an email and say, Santos, you're wrong, man. Exercise doesn't help. Let me see. So thank you for being here with us, Rabbit Run. That Rabbit Run reminds me of that movie 8 Mile. It reminds me of Eminem, the rapper, for some reason. Maybe because they called him Rabbit. I don't know. Anyways, good to see you here. Mark says, hope is positive. Thank you. Well, you know, Mark, I never thought about this before, but there's like two types of hopes. Maybe there's more, but I think there's at least two types of hopes. There's one that's like, there's a possibility, right? That's hope. And then the second type of hope is, yes, I believe that something great can happen. That type of hope is the hope that we want. That's the type of hope that I want, man. Every day, every Monday, especially here early on Monday mornings, right? How about you, early Monday morning? Those of you that work. Thank you. So let me see. Anybody want to share a victory? Have you gotten a victory? Somebody's gotten a victory. I know Sean was here earlier. I know he's gotten some victories. I think he's on 47 or 48 days of non-gambling. That's fantastic, man. And he's also, well, let me not get into that. We'll share it at another. Laura says, I tried to. I've got to stop making excuses. I took my break in a casino. I should know better. Laura, you should know better, right? You should be able to smell those things by now, Laura. You drive by and you can sniff it. Say, nope, it stinks. I'm going to keep going by. That's not good lunch for me. Let me see. Jim says, when we make mistakes in life, it is information that can help move us back on track and can actually be a positive event. They are important, necessary for us to reach our target. Exactly. Jim, when a missile is launched, the destination of that missile is the goal. That missile is reading all kinds of information, even though once that missile is released from the launch pad, it can't really be changed. The course cannot be changed. But that missile is reading information through a microphone, through heat sensors, through a camera lens. It's probably a really dynamic camera lens. And I'm sure there are probably other sensors that are picking up information as that missile. In order for that missile to reach its destination, it has to be aware of the threats that are going to come against it. And in fact, unless you shoot a missile down, it will reach its target. And you know, the missiles, they know they can pick up on things that are being fired, projectiles or other missiles that are fired at them. But unfortunately, or fortunately, that system, that GPS system is set to reach its destination. You know that your subconscious, once it's programmed, it's programmed to reach its destination. But the cool thing about your subconscious is that it can be reprogrammed. Understand that, my friend. Walk away from this. You can't reprogram a missile per se, but you can reprogram your mind. Now, like I said this earlier, that your life might be on a course of total destruction, just like Jim is talking about here. When we make mistakes in life, it is information that can help us move back. right now you're being fed information. Your cybernetical is receiving information. It is looking, it is figuring out what it can do with this information that I'm giving you, right? Or the information that is being given to you from the interaction from the comments. Let your cybernetical, my friend, begin to realize, begin to absorb. Get excited, man. Get excited. It's 2020. It's a new day. It's a new Sunday. Tomorrow's a new day. Now, again, tomorrow may not come. Tomorrow's not going to be here for Kobe Bryant. It's going to be a sad mourning day for those that are family members. We have right now, you and I have right now to work on ourselves. And I know Laura said the word excuse. We really don't have any excuses. My friend, if you're comfortable to stay where you're at, then you're comfortable to stay where you're at. There's absolutely nothing that anybody can do, not even you. There's nothing that you can do about you if you're comfortable where you're at. If it feels good, even though you're in pain, you're hurting, if it feels good, and that's because you've gotten used to the pain, right? You have forced that comfort zone on yourself, and now you're there. Now you're kind of stuck. You may feel like a missile, right? Heading towards destruction. Well, the good thing is you can change. You can change the trajectory. You can change, my friend. That's the good thing about this lesson today. Man, be excited, my friend. That's the big difference, is the organic cybernetic is reprogrammable. The machine usually is not. So let me see. Sean says, keep your journal positive self-talk. It helps refocus. In fact, thank you for bringing this up. Next week's episode, I'm going to give you a warning right now, my friend. So make sure that you show up. Next week's episode is going to be about the grave importance of communication. The grave importance of communication that communicates. What are you communicating? How are you communicating? We're going to get into that next Sunday. It's going to be a really good program, I believe so. Help recalibrate your cybernetical, my friend. By the way, cybernetics is a science. It goes way back. I think sometime in the 1900s, the scientists came up with these ideas through math, equational things with math. So he came up with this science of cybernetics or cybernetical, and eventually it was used. And of course, today we understand a lot more about how it's being used because it's out there. Technology is bringing all this free education to us, and it's wonderful. So that's what cybernetics. So today, as of today, you are going to be cybernetical literate, my friend. Cybernetical literate. At least you'll know next time somebody starts talking about cybernetical or the subconscious, you'll know exactly what they're talking about, or at least you'll have a good idea. So a journal, refocus on your goals and set up your mind by hack I use, which is programming your mind to seek only positive information. Sean was telling me, or was it Jim? Also, I'm sure Sean does this too. Jim was telling me that he plays like a game with himself. And we can do this, right? You can play these games with yourself. You can get really creative with yourself, and you can kind of create games like to win yourself over, to change. It's really amazing the things that you and I can do when we get creative, when we become resourceful. Listen, I invite you when you come to these broadcasts to take notes. Or if you can't take notes, watch the episode. If you're benefiting from it, watch the episode again. And also make sure that you share these episodes with other people, because again, I want to reach youth, adults, veterans, and anybody in between that's stuck with problem gambling, or you're hurting with some kind of an addiction. You've got a problem with trauma in your life. I've been able to overcome trauma. I'm still overcoming trauma. In fact, honestly, sometimes I think about my life, and it's It's shocking to me how I've been able to make it and where I'm at today. And there's so much that I want to do. I need support. I need more people. Right? Cephas and I are working overtime. I mean, we've basically have bankrupt ourselves financially trying to keep this mission going. Honestly, we've basically taken everything that we've had and we've dumped it into this mission. And now we're like, wow, it's not like it was a year ago when we had funds in the bank. Now it's a little different. It's a little tougher. But again, we still offer the tools, right? You can support the mission by getting a book. Get a book. Transform your cybernetical. Okay? Tap into the crazy world of Santos, the mindset. If you study this book, listen, if you study this book, the first time that you read this book, you might think, wow, this book's a little different. If you study this book, I guarantee you it'll change the way you think. If you continually read some of the stuff, you don't have to read it over and over. Just read portions of it. It will change you. It will change you. It'll bring you into the mind of my world and how I think. And a little bit about how Cephas helped me put the book together. So thank you, Sean. I know that was long. Let me see what. Oh, Martha, let me see. I'm seriously thinking about joining a fitness club. I'm telling you, Laura, that's key. If you want to retrain your cybernetical, that's the way to do it. Greetings, Martha Marie. Hello, Santos. Caught you live. Yes, I'm still alive. Tomorrow's not promised, so I don't know if, you'll catch me live tomorrow, but you caught me live here. And my friends, again, I want to remind each and every one of you guys, just like I remind myself every single morning, when another day has been given to you and I, when you're able to open your eyes in the morning, take time for yourself. Take time to think. Take time to analyze. Take time to plan. Take time to set a course of action for yourself. Hey, even if it's not a good one, do something, because eventually you'll redirect your course. You can't redirect something that you don't have, right? You can only redirect something that you do have, something that you're working with, something that you're molding, that you're sculpting. And we're talking about your life. Thank you for being here, Marie. Do you have anything for us? You have a question? You have an observation? You have a victory? By the way, congratulations on your past exam, Dr. Martha Marie. I don't know. That's just a future vision there. Let me see. That's one thing I've learned that no one can ever take away from you when I was incarcerated is your fitness. We can lose our freedom, our money, loved ones, and much more. Exactly. We can, and time, right? Fitness, time. You can recycle money. You can recycle a lot of things. You can't recycle time. Once you give up your time, once your day's gone, your day's gone. We're given another 24 hours. The other day I was at Walmart and somebody said, man, they said it was a long day or something like that, or it was a short day. I said, no, it's only 24 hours. I said, it'll become a long day when they add another 24 hours to your 24 hours. We only have 24 hours a day, right? So these days are very quick. They go by very quickly. So we're coming down to the end of the wire here on this program. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here with me. Again, we're coming down to the wire here. What is my call to action here? I'm going to come to my call to action here in a few minutes. Oh, wow. Look at who's here. One of the top agents, mentor, coach, teacher, and extraordinaire, Christine Austin E.L. I'm almost done reading your book and can't wait to do my review this week. I plan on discussing it live this Thursday. Very good so far, an easy read for sure. Thank you, Christine. Christine happens to be, well, I'll give her a little bit of exposure. Christine happens to be a life agent, a final expense customer service technician, and she is also a business owner, entrepreneur, teacher, and she has her channel. I don't know if any of you guys are into insurance. You should have insurance, or at least a life insurance policy, burial insurance policy. You can always check out Christine Austin EL right here on YouTube. And I would encourage you to subscribe to her channel. She's phenomenal, and she's a dynamic teacher. So thank you for being here, Christine. And I do catch her videos because I'm in sales myself. So thank you for being here with us. And let me see who else. Oh, I got to get Rafael Vargas in here. Sad for Kobe Bryant and his daughter. Yeah, my condolences to his family. How quick, goes to show you how quick life can be. We need to be prepared. In a helicopter accident. How weird. Him and his daughter. Man. That's why if we're gonna create change, if we're gonna create the right direction for ourselves, it has to be right now. It has to be right here, my friend. I call this the right now, right here channel. Right? Even though I do call it Sunday Night Power Hour, a Sunday Night Alive Power Hour, I call it your fresh life or course altering program. And that's what this is all about, man. Make decisions. When you're excited, when you're emotionally hyped up, when you're excited, that's the time to overrule your nervous system. That's the time to overrule your cybernetical, because I'm telling you, your subconscious is not easy to overcome. But when you get excited, your conscious part of your mind begins to kind of override a little bit into the subconscious. Remember, your conscious thinking is mainly right here. Your subconscious is in the background. Right? What's happening in the background? The thoughts. As you're listening to my voice, you got all kinds of stuff going on inside you, either something positive or something negative. That's your subconscious. That's the portion of the iceberg that is under the water. That's where you want to focus on. Not on the top, right? The little tip of the iceberg that most people see. People want to change behaviors. They're messing with the little tip of the iceberg. No, get underneath. Get into your subconscious, your cybernetical, my friend. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. I guess I don't know how people donate on here, but I don't know if I've ever received the donations. Anyways, thank you, Christine. I appreciate it. And it looks like we're going to be here for a little bit longer because the numbers are climbing. I started out with one person and I thought I was going to have a show by myself this Sunday. So I started getting excited early on, man. And I thought, Santos, what the heck does a missile, the cybernetic machine system in a missile, what does that have to do with the cybernetic organic subconscious of the mind? Is there really a comparison, or is it just a curiosity that you want to talk about these things? No, there's some similarities. In fact, I've already gone over this. I'm not going to go over it again, but there are some similarities to a missile guidance system and your mind, your subconscious guiding your life, right? Cybernetical. That's what it's about, my friend. Definitely. I appreciate you, Christine. I'll catch you on another video. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, do we have any more? Hey, Wilson, there he is. Every time that I see Wilson, it reminds me of that movie Castaway. Remember the movie Castaway? Wilson! Was it Forrest Gump that played in that movie? Forrest Gump on the island by himself, growing a beard, catching crabs and stuff like that. I think he broke his tooth with what was it? The heel of a hockey shoe. He knocked himself cold trying to get that tooth that he had. Remember that movie, FedEx? He lost that airplane. That was quite an interesting movie. So, Wilson, welcome to the program. By the way, if you have, like I said earlier, did I get any victories from anybody? I asked you guys to share a victory with me, and you didn't. Shame on you. You didn't share a victory with me. So remember, next week's episode is going to be about, let me read it again so you're fascinated and excited about next week, my friend. The grave importance of communication that communicates. What are you communicating, my friend? How are you communicating? That's going to be next week's. All righty. Good word is decide. All right, Santo. Let me see. Wilson says, all right, Santo, stop. Yes. All right. All right, we're almost down here. Let me see. We are almost done. Unless I get a question or a comment or an observation or a thumbs down or something. Wilson, hello everyone. Sorry, you're a little bit late. So now you got homework, my friend. You're going to have to rewatch the entire episode and take some notes and send them to my email. And I'm going to see if you got it right. I'm just joking. I'm just joking with you. All right, my friends. Anything else? Anything else that you guys want to house kidding, huh? Let me see. The only one that was missing was my partner from Nigeria, Cephas. Where's Cephas when you need him? All right. Remember, your life is much better than a cybernetical weapon that operates a missile. You can change, my friend. You can change course. You can redirect that GPS that's guiding you right now, my friend. You can do it. You have the choice to do that. You have the options to do that. And right now, you have the time, right? Unfortunately, we lost our friend Kobe Bryant. He can't change direction. It's a tragedy. But his death will change the direction and the lives of many people. We pray for his family. We pray for his friends. My condolences to his family, wherever. It's a tragic thing. Thank you, Laura. I'm encouraged too. So thank you for being here on this episode, Laura. And I'm just being me. Somebody said, Santos, what happened to your voice? I don't know. I can just change it at will. It's really that easy. I can just change it at will. It kind of reminds me of Barry Gibb on the Bee Gees. Remember him? He used to have that high voice. Anyways, let me see. Well, thank you for being here, Malad. My friends, remember, let me see. If this is your first time here, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that when I go live, I do plan on making another live program coming up. I think I might do it either Thursday right here on YouTube. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it Thursday or Friday, possibly Thursday. I will do another live program because I truly want to encourage folks. I really want to encourage folks to really focus on the right direction. Stay away from gambling, stay away from those things, move away from trauma, move away from hurt. Learn to forgive yourself every single day as much as possible. Yeah, I've already forgiven myself, Santos. We'll do it again. It's not going to hurt to forgive yourself again. Get in front of the mirror and forgive yourself again. In fact, practice the art of self-forgiveness. I'm telling you, it's going to be a healing for you. It's going to be a gift of healing for you the more that you do it. And it's a lifelong journey when it comes to forgetting. Well, not forgetting necessarily, but forgiving. Jim, you're welcome. Malad, you're welcome. Laura, thank you for being here with us. Wilson, Castaway, my friend. I don't know, maybe some of you guys will go watch that movie now with Forrest Gump in it, right? Rabbit Run, Mark, Christine, thank you for being here and catching this episode. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your donations to this labor of love, my friends. I really do. Cephas and I thank you. We really do need your support financially. If you want to learn more about how we're reaching youth, adults, and veterans, send me an email. You got questions, any donations that it's a tax deductible contribution, I will send you that. And if you donate $20 or more, I'm going to give you a free copy, a signed copy, autographed of this book, or actually my next book that's coming out soon, 15-Minute Mornings, Breakfast of Champions. Cephas and I are working on that. It's going to be just a little book that you can eat in the mornings. You know, it's actually a book that you'll be able to eat in the mornings. Just a joke, my friends. So, Thank you. By the way, also, if you want to be a part, if you have a victory in your life and you want to share your life, you want me to interview you and ask you some questions on the air live right here, send me a message. You can actually send me a message to soldiersofselfmastery.com. And let me see, show right there, https soldiersofselfmastery.com. Actually, that's my coaching page, but you can also send me a message. Santos, I want to share my life. I want to share my journey, man. You know, you may think maybe you're scared to do that. You might be scared to do that, but let me tell you something. That sharing can also help you. It will help you because when you pay it forward, when you give out of yourself, you make more room for yourself to receive more energy. You receive more ideas, more creativity, my friend. And I think that would be it. I think that's a downfall to many people today that want to get the victory in their life. They're trying all kinds of things, but yet they're not paying it forward. Somehow you have to pay it forward. Somehow you have to find a service. Somehow you have to find a charity. Somehow you have to volunteer. Somehow, some way you got to get out of that situation that you're in by giving of something so that you can be refilled. Refilled, my friend. All right. There it is. I'm done. There's a couple of new comments here. Thank you, Rabbit Run. Hey, Evelyn, I can't end here now. Evelyn Rodriguez, I self-excluded myself from casinos. The best decision I've ever done. I'm doing better. I have money every day. Congratulations, Evelyn. Thank you for being here. And again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe. Turn on your notifications so that when I go live, you'll be notified. If I set myself up on fire on the street corner and NBC and ABC News is broadcasting that, I want you to be the first one that gets notified, my friend. Now, I'll only set myself on fire right here in front of the screen. All right, my friends, let me see what else. Thank you, Rabbit Run. Thank you, Rabbit Run. Last week, I asked a question about casinos having face recognition. Do casinos know when you hit a little money? I do believe, I know that Sean was talking about that. I do believe that the technology that some of the technology that is being used in the casinos, you have no clue about. You may read about it outside the casino, but yes, the casinos are utilizing a technology that is far superior than what was being used the year before or the year before that. So is there face recognition? There's all kinds of things. I mean, if you look up at the top of the ceiling when you walk into the casinos, you can see cameras all over the place. There are eyes. There's information being fed to that cybernetico at the top of some office somewhere. There's information being fed. So yes, they're monitoring people that win. They're probably monitoring people that lose, right? Rewards. You know, you ever notice that? The more you show up at a casino, the more rewards you get. The more play time on your card, the more oven toasters that you receive, or even a chance to win that BMW or that Mercedes-Benz. Rewards, right? That's why you keep going there too, to the casinos, because psychologically they're feeding into that cybernetico in your mind, the reward. And then if you win a jackpot, of course, that's going to feed even more, right? But you're not going to win a jackpot every time that you go. That's a lie. You're not going to win. You may win, but you'll be back, and I guarantee you will dump that money back into the casino little by little, my friend. So it's never a real win unless you become a multimillionaire and you get out of there and you never go back. That would be considered a win. $1 million and you're gone from the casino forever. But I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. You will go back. If you win, you will go back. Let me see. Mark, it only allowed $1 donations. My friends, if you want to donate, to this labor of love, simply go to https:// Soldiers of Self Mastery.com. We have We have a system of credit card. It's a safe, my personal website is a very secure website. It is SSL certified. That means it has a certificate that you can see. Your information is encrypted in there when you use your card. If you want to donate by card, or you can also go to PayPal. You can donate to PayPal at srolon44 gmail.com. You can go there and donate through PayPal. We accept forms on soldiersofselfmastery.com. We accept debit cards, credit cards, any kind of money. Okay? So you can donate there very securely. And again, I'm not here to badger that. If you want to donate, if you feel my positive vibration, and if you feel that this labor of love is making a difference in youth, adults, and veterans, I'm encouraging you to support. Because here's one thing. I have a team member all the way in Nigeria. Let me share a couple of things with you guys. Earlier last year, I got burned. I got burned by a Christian who took money from me, who was supposed to help me with this mission. He took over $12,000 from me. I trusted somebody. I dumped a bunch of money to help. Okay, this is the truth, my friends. And one of the reasons why I find myself in a little bit of a tight position with everything that we're doing, the podcasts, this mission, the books, we're kind of being held back. The GABA, we're introducing new videos to the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. All of that takes a lot of money, my friends. It does. And myself and Cephas, we are working everything that we can to put into this mission. And we do have a few donations that come in. I truly appreciate those donations. It's used for editing, for search engine optimization, for some basic marketing, different types of things. Email, we have an email system that goes out. We publish an email, I think, once or twice a week. All of those things takes money. So believe me, I had to forgive this guy that burned me. And I don't mind saying his name. His name's Christian. He's probably still out there burning people, supposedly a leader, Christian leader. And there's a few other people that basically took advantage of me because I was getting into business very early. I didn't understand business. I didn't understand the concept, the mindset of business. And I was burned. Okay? Poor decisions. Yes, they've hurt me. They've set me back a little bit. They haven't set me back up here. They've set me back a little bit physically. But that's okay. That is okay because we're bouncing back. Little by little, we're bouncing back. It's a new year. It's a new Sunday. It's a new Monday coming up. So maybe that might give you a little bit of understanding of where Cephas, myself and Cephas are at. And of course, I have to pay for stuff that Cephas, my engineer, does, creating websites and different things. The good thing is that the foundation is already built. So we really just have to kind of service these little areas that we have. But I'm going to continue going forward regardless of what comes in, regardless of what goes out. I'm going to continue serving youth. I'm going to continue reaching youth around the world. They reach out to me. I'm going to reach out to them. And I'm going to continue serving adults and veterans and anybody in between that has a problem with trauma, fear, insecurities, a lack of confidence, or whatever. Problem addictions, gambling addictions. I'm going to do my best to be here every Sunday and throughout the week. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share the mission. If you cannot afford $5 or $10, share my videos, comment on my videos, and make sure that you subscribe. That will support the mission also, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Native X. All right. Sleep in peace to the Black Mamba. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Native X. Hopefully I'm sure it's going to be something positive, unless it has to do with Kobe Bryant, maybe. I'm not sure. Rest in peace. Yes, Laura, that's the truth. Believe me, I've been through some really, really ugly stuff the last year and the year before because of trusting people to help me with my leadership and all these other things. That's what happens. But you know what? At least now I can give consultations to other people that are doing startup businesses because I've learned through the process of what to do or what not to do. Licensing and marketing and different kinds of things. So it is a process, but you got to forgive. Again, you don't forget, but you must forgive and you must go forward. Believe me, I've lost more than $15,000 trusting people, but I've learned. Here's another thing. When you're gambling, when you are problem gambling and you come out of that, your mind is still a little warped. You're not thinking. That's why it's vital to have important people, people of honesty, people of integrity, people of good quality around you. Because if you don't, you're still vulnerable. You're coming away from gambling, your mind is still fogged up. You can make a lot of poor decisions. It's kind of like what happened to me. It is what it is. Let me see, Christine. I'm also a casino sober 5 years plus now. Thank you, Rob, for sharing that. Thank you for being here on the episode also, Rob. Okay, let me see. What is Santos? Can I call you this way? I could buy the book this way. Can give me your address or give me my debit card. Wilson, you can simply go to soldiersofselfmastery.com. And right there at the bottom of the screen, you can go there and swipe your card. It's safe, my friend. You can purchase the book there. Like I said, if you want to send me a donation, I'm doing like at least $20 or more because it's about $5 or $6, $7 to send this out shipping. So if you send me that, at least $20 or more, I'll send you a free autographed copy of that book. And again, it supports the mission. Every book that we sell supports the mission. Everything that we do is to feed to feed this thing, because I have my own work for my, to take care of my family and stuff. I do things on the side. So whatever comes in, I use for the mission, strictly for the mission. That's what I do. Thank you, Christine. Appreciate you. By the way, I got an award last year from my team. I did 53,000 in sales for the life, the burial insurance, Lincoln Heritage. So it's been a tough year. It was a tough year. I just started a few months ago, so that was actually in fact, I should probably show the plaque that I got. Maybe I will before the program's over. I wasn't expecting it at yesterday's encouragement meeting, at a team meeting, so that was kind of exciting. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's what it was. I figured that's what it was about Native X. Thank you for sharing that, my friend. Yeah, let's see. And I normally would not hand out my phone number, Wilson, because believe me, I get a lot of phone calls from people. But if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me through that website, and then we can connect. If you want to, I do give free consultations also. If you have an issue, you have a problem, we can work something out. I give you at least a good 30-minute consultation, help you get going in the right direction. I do that. So while I'm getting 56,000, congrats. I don't know what that's about. 56,000. And somebody, let me see. Christine says, congratulations. Oh, man, I'm tripping up myself here. Yes. Hold on a minute. Let me show that plaque. Give me a minute. By the way, I was asking you guys to share a victory with me today. So this is mine. Let me see if I can see it. You see it there? Anyways, I'm excited for that one. So, man, we're still here. Let me see. It was really easy to buy the book. Now, again, my friends, I warn you about that book. It is not like your other typical books out there. It's a little different. It will challenge you. And the more that you use it, the few tools that you use in it, when it begins to recalibrate your thinking, then you'll know. You'll feel a mental shift in your mind. That's what it's about, man. It's to feel a mental shift in your mind. And that's why I wrote that book the way I did. Some people, I've gotten some negative reviews from a veteran friend of mine. I said, that's fine. Well, some people may not agree. That's fine. You know what? I wrote the book. I'm going to get it out there. The book is not going to make me a multimillionaire. And it may not bring me thousands and thousands. It may not get on the New York Times bestseller, but it's a creation and it's out there. And it is my first book. So, but we've got, let me see, we've got the third book coming, and then we've got a fourth book coming also. And Cephas wrote this book. This is a good book, by the way. Cephas told highachievers.me. This is my partner all the way in Nigeria. So, okay, my friends, we're getting ready to wind down here. Thank you, Jim. And we're still here. It's positive energy, Martha Marie says. Yeah, we're still here, man. Change. Dr. Martha Marie, Louisiana. All right, people are starting to get off here, so I'm going to be winding down. My friends, we're going to be here next Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be here if you feel the encouragement, if you feel, hopefully you feel a positive vibe. Hopefully that give you some energy for Monday. You looking forward to Monday? We're looking forward to Monday, my friends. So with that said, I'm going to end the program here. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds, just a few seconds here. And let me see. All right, my friends. All right, time to dance. Time to dance. Time to change. I will see you all next week. I truly appreciate each and every one of you soldiers. Remember to make every day super fantastic, terrific, and over the top in spite of and because of. Your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. And remember, there's always room for improvement within room for improvement. Your cybernetical. Remember, you can't change a missile. You can't change the direction of a missile, but you can change the direction of your life. I'll see you guys next week.